Good evening, folks. It's 2120 on the 5th day of September 2022. And, well, I might have a bit of interrupt in my broadcasting tonight because I have some severe storms coming through here, and I'm just going to try to knock forecast out in case we lose power. So I'm going to run this real quick to show you the weather plan for the next few days is this storm here begins its journey into the Bight, and its moisture begins its journey across Australia. You can expect within the next 24 hours the outskirts of Adelaide to be affected by this front line, and it's going to get quite severe as it moves across. As this center develops more openly here, you're going to watch the moisture spring up across Australia in a very dramatic fashion with lots of lightning expected, heavy downpours, in heavy accumulations in some areas. As you can see, when the rain is starting on a Tuesday and it goes through to a Thursday in the area, that's 2 days of torrential rains. And as this, like I said, as the forms over here, it'll start moving in, and that's when the excitement's going to begin, if you can call that exciting. Personally, I'm tired of the same old song and dance. I feign enthusiasm to watch a country being destroyed over and over and over again. And actually, I have no enthusiasm for that at all. Because as you're looking here at about 36 hours from now, it'll be about here. Use some very, very heavy inundations of storms and lightnings and supercells, and they could pop up heavier at any time along this line. Because all the dynamics are there. It's just going to take chem bombs to decide who's going to get what. Right? The heavier stuff comes where the chem decides. And you will notice this over time. Maybe you will make the correlation yourself. Only you can do that. All I can do is show you what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing is a disaster, again, in creation for this area of Australia. This trough in particular has been getting it for months. So they froze out the crops. They frosted things. They wetted so you couldn't get in the fields and plant or couldn't get in and harvest. This has been an absolute travesty for the farmers and people that rely on that type of community to support them for their own support. And as it gets towards the night, when I'm going to do the talk, I sure hope you guys got power that night because you're in for it. You're really in for it that day. You're going to have a big storms come over. Yeah. Now, hopefully, the tensor people over there will do their magic. Who knows? There's a habit of blowing a hole over the house over there in Harvey Bay. Big love to you, my friend. Yeah, Rod, I'm talking to you. Right, right. As it does this up and around move, it's going to renucleate into heavy storms. There's no way it can't. And what ends up going over toward New England is going to be very bad. I mean, New Zealand and New England. It's just the old England stepping on all their old stuff. They call you an United Kingdom, and then they say you are a commonwealth. All I see is the commoner's wealth going into the hands of too few people. And this is what they're doing with it. Investing in a geoengineering program is done by private interest, too, with permission from the United Nations. Right? And when did you have some kind of memorandum in your country to approve of this, Australia? Actually, you do. It's about the Paris Agreement and ratifying the millions and billions of dollars. And it is billions. Look, they're even cluster bombing you. Look, they're planning to chem bomb you here. So should we watch for this on the 11th to see if we see this a structure of chem bombs off your coast that day? I would be very curious now. I have to set an alarm. 2 o'clock in the morning, bombing over in the Bight. I imagine it'll show up for 4 hours worth. And I'm doing you your full length, because wait till you see what's coming. You got another big smack, and it's bad. It is. You got 2 big lows over there near Africa. I'll show them to you. And it's gonna be a decider, and the beams from up here are gonna decide. Looks like they're starting to work some moisture down from the top. I'm seeing a split move, so I'm expect a beam, then to divert, and then you'll get what's called the La Nina, when this current actually diverts and stops going across. These currents don't just stop and go. Okay, it would be a year-long event. If it's stopping and going, something is manipulating it. And this thing going by up here, its low may be here, but it's going to spin a second one off that's going to be kind of close to shore when it does it. It's going to be rather sudden. So I'm warning you about it now. And that's going to hit probably about over here if this map continued. Yeah, if this map continued, what's coming? If I show you on a pressure maps, you'll get a really good idea of this. What's coming is this double dancer down here who's going to spit one off. And that's with this low, with these highs stretched fully across like this. You got to bubble up off Africa, right? Which could cause some difficulties through here, but for some reason I ain't even seeing no rains accumulating. They should have it. All the flows say so. But this one here is kicking up and around like this. This one's kicking up and into a dead area, a doldrum. Oh, they heated it up. Okay, so they're going to EMS South Africa around Johannesburg. So their airport's going to be active. Low dog's down here. All right, this is your low dog. This is not particularly low, right? But it's low enough with this high next to it to cause this, to have enough of pressure changes. So this rushes this way, this going up over the tops, creates circulations. And your bubble up now is in two spots. Bubble up cold, bubble up across. And since they determined the flow here to come into here, your bubble up's mostly going to be cold in this direction, which could bring snows. Yeah. Late season snows go, come on. It's springtime there. But it's the possibility of it is there. There's the snows down here. Let's see what the temperatures are. As if this was winter, I'd be calling blizzard. Now, temperature's way too warm. Good. That's a nice sign. I hate to see all those beautiful flowers and fringy panties get ruined by a bunch of panty wastes who want to control everything. And this is, again, that's that recipe for disaster. You got the heat up there. This is cold enough to make a difference. And you got some severe cold here in the trough. Right? So you might even get some frost that day. You could. Look at all the cold here. Is that new snow? No. It's just cold. Heavy accumulations again in the 5-day, but that's not what I was looking at. So I'm looking at your long-term determining. Right, so that has to come here. This will fight with this and probably pretty much dissipate with this one becoming more dominant. This one's going to move over, absolutely. Dives south, kicks off a spinner that comes up this channel. It has to. It rides it up, 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 up. This one will absolutely bloop off a bubble of pressure. It'll probably hit in about the 980s when it does. And that'll be your 4 days after this one. As we go over to Africa here, the remnants of this should dance around this one. Come back up into the northern tropics. Southern Indian Ocean. Excuse me. Northern tropics would be up here. There's a lot to think about, eh? And you got a new one coming across from the United States to here. We got these over here to contend with. There's so many spinners going on right now. It's hard for me to keep track of. Right? So let's just concentrate at the task on hand. Yeah, you got it every 4 days. A new batch is coming in now for about at least 3 weeks. Again, 3 more weeks. Yep. And some of it could be wintry. I know you don't want to hear that. So now let's go with some of what's going on right now. Hit the weather radar. Have a look. What's going on here? What's going on? Dun dun dun. Oh, 3 forecasts, 1 day. Hey, long day. But it's only one big day. And depending where you look on the earth, it's always a day. Right? It's always something new. There's a date line. Somewhere over here. That over here is yesterday. And then over here is today. And yesterday. And today. And someone over here is today. During your tomorrows, yesterdays. It's just another one of yesterday's dreams. Isn't that what John Denver said? Now I'm going to roll this now. It's a pretty boring amount of stuff going on, so I'm just going to go right to Perth. You have some heavy cells coming through overnight, and more of them coming in off the sea as the day goes on. Fueled by the chem bombs, I'll show you when I click to that view. And there's some stuff going across the center, getting ready to hit toward Kalgoorlie. It looks like it's kind of like it's dissipating, but this cell here looks to be well sustaining itself, and it is rotating. So if this coalesces into one, you could get a spinner off it. I'm not liking this hook trail. And this one here. Keeps dissipating. That's well rotating. So you can have some heavy cells coming through, but the only ones that could give any hail will be this one. Possibly this one, because it keeps giving a trailer. See the tickles on the end. Some of these are spinning sideways in the sky. Imagine a tornado on its side. Well, some of these formations you're seeing are actually vortices sideways. And especially as the storm goes past, it pulls those tendrils drag behind it as a vortice. And very often that's where your tornadoes from the electrical phenomenon that develops from that finding ground very easy can get microbursts of wind, and hail will pop down. Oh, this is bad here, heading toward Jinjin. Look. See this cell here? It's rotating now properly, and it's getting a hook to it. See it? So we will use great caution as that bubbles off right there. I'm watching. You hear thunder in the background from me. I don't know how long, much longer this forecast is going to go on. Hey, I'll hang in there. Boy, it's a gully wash. You should hear it pouring down. You see how these all reaching toward each other? Let's go have a look. What's going on over here? What's going on off part? For number one thing I see is this don't look as organized and round and stuff as these pictures show you when you do one of these. They show you these nice round looking, everything swirling cool, right? They don't show you nothing square, right? Is that looking square to you? Well, it dang sure looks square to me. Big square going over the top of Perth. Now let's see if we can get this to clear up. I'm going to take some of the city names off. Take me down to the... What a choppy mess, huh? Hey, it looks like it's going to clear. Look, we're going to get a view. Ah, good. Good. 5 bombs here. Bomb, 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 bomb over there. Bomb, 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 bomb over here. You get a triple shot here, triple shot there. Big square here, triple shot right here. 1, 2, 3. These are bombs. These are chem bombs fueling this storm. This is undeniable. You denying this? Go away. Just go away. Isn't there a booster somewhere? You get a swab and go away. Because I ain't got no hope for you. If you can't even use your eyes to realize that everything's heading in, this is going the wrong way. It's backwards, forward. This deck is going this direction, and this is over the top level of the atmosphere is shooting that way. This one clearly shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bombs in this mess right here. All propelling out in a predictable way. It's almost like they got drone swarms of small drones that are dropping payloads. And there are things that can do that. That technology exists. It's being sold by the military. Why is that arrow pointing? Is this where they want another chem bomb to go off? What in the hell is that? Look at that. Bomb, 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 bomb over there. Yep, and there goes one. What in the hell is that all about? We need one over here. That's blatant. That's on the low deck. That's on the high deck. You bomb the low deck, and I'll bomb the high deck. They'll all be in caskets together. When the whole earth becomes a mass grave, who's going to be left to say the prayer for the last person? Look at this chem bomb going off above this, looking like this entity here floating off the coast. Woo, boogeyman, boogeyman, boogeyman. There's a chem bomb plumes. I'm trying to have some kind of a enjoyment in this, because I'm not enjoying showing this shit at all. I get tired of it, actually. Anybody from Australia want to take over? Feel free to care about your own country, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bombs. I'd lose count of how many bombs are just floating in this one little area, this little cluster bomb area here. What is it, Straya Day, and I don't know about it? What is it, Harbinger of Death Day? That's every day over this country, it seems, lately. Let's take what's over the peaceful population and see what they've done over the population of Australia, who have done nothing wrong. Right? Nothing wrong. Boom. Boom. I'm jumping up. 10 minute up. Boom. 10 minute up. Triple formation right there. The triangle formation right here. Let's see if we spot the TRB. Yeah, they're out and about. You always see what they do. They may be able to cloak themselves from the ground, but they don't hide what they do. Yeah, ionized cloaking systems where you can create a cloud around yourself. Yeah, it's a pretty simple one, huh? Oh, we got a big rumbler just came through here. Did you hear that? Boom, boom, boom! Went the thunder outside my window in the plumes over Australia right now. This is the latest, not so greatest look at your country. Boy, what a selling point this is. Hi, welcome to Australia. Breathe deep. It won't be over soon. So when you come to Australia now, they say you got to have life jackets, rope, some kind of a special insurance in case you drown. But everybody got to have a life jacket. Look at these are all bombs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a line there, more in a line here, and an emanation point. Right? Watch. That's a bomb, man. Chem bomb. Remember your new foghorn. Chem bomb. Chem bomb. They came in and they took away your skies. And it didn't take too long for half the species died. And then the fire started and they said you can't rebuild your home. Walk tall into the stack and pack. You'll own nothing and be happy with it all. They look like the devil sign, man, don't it? Look, you got the horns. You get the side ears. You got the gruff. Oh, my. You feeling magic yet? Such a beautiful country having black magic done over the top of it. My God. The people funding this kind of stuff need their head examined. That's terrible morals. Okay, let's see what's going on here. That caught my eye. Let's give you guys a spot where I am. I kind of know where I am. I'm near Brisbane. Tweed heads, gun to windy. Hey, your fucking chem bombs are gone in the windy. That's for damn sure. Look at this. This is a horrendous deployment. All of them are horrendous, but this is extra horrendous. With horrendipity. Follow the chem bombs. Here we go. 4 hours worth of chem bomb moving along. Poisoning, redeploying. All the time doing something. Oh, I screwed up. Let's take it back to 6. All right. So you can see the 4 hours worth of travels and redeployment. Something is moving along in this mass and deploying. It's a balloon with a payload. So if it was moving along, no, that's the end. That's the end of the feed. That's the end. This is the end. Do-do-do. Beautiful country. The end of all the animals here. The end. Will you ever look into their eyes again? What a shame. These are over my whales. This is my ocean. Look at this on the low deck. Look at the bombs going off Fraser Island. Some of those people, I think, should be dropped off in a boat here. And if they could swim from here all the way to here, they could live without touching shore. And if they go ashore, there should always be a dingo waiting for them. Waiting. Pet me. Not the pet me not dog, you know? And they should be allowed to live out there. Remember, when you go to some places, you're in their home. Treat it thusly. Don't treat it like your home and trash it up and not pick up your garbage. Look at the cam go, the EMF cut right there. That's a cut move. There's one coming here. You got a mobile unit here? Yeah, you do. You got a ship and it's deployed. There's its arc of its beam. It's a ship. Yes, they have ships with emitter. Look it up. Prove me wrong. Triple formation here off the coast here. Some people will find not so amusing in their sunrise pictures, people like me. Those sunrises ain't beautiful, by the way, with 150 colors and all the chem bombs in them. They're not beautiful at all. I see the gas chamber. When you see 3 of these next to each other, you know you have a chem bomb go off. It's a triangle formation. Look at this shit. There's too many to point at. There's thousands and thousands and thousands on the low deck, on the high deck. Yep. To the captain ashore, let me go home. And look at this crap down here. Over to wine. And I'm going to whine about it. Look at the square form to this plasma nucleation from the microwaves. Reacting with the chem. They shoot the bombs off and they hit it with the microwaves. Bomb, 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 bomb over there. Bomb, 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 bomb over here. Hey, this is a blatant bomb. This one here I was watching earlier. It was a very, very blatant bomb. It did something very interesting. As it came through, it nucleated the other ones. Right, it started up over here. Right? And Boomed it out. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, boom, boom goes that plume. And it shot something out. And it nucleated. And it shot something else out. Right? In a line. Shot him out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it moved the line. And it shot something out. And as it intersected with other chem, and then new bombs, this one underneath it, storms started popping up. Bombogenesis. Yeah, chem bombogenesis. This stuff's going to fall out. You're going to get chem bomb asthma. I predicted it in 2016. Before people died. And then came up with a new excuse that suddenly raindrops don't take pollen and dust out of the air. Get the hell out of here. You know what happens? Maybe when this stuff settles on the ground and your pollen whips in the air, this stuff has coated it. Or you're catching it in the rain, it ain't making no sense. These chem bombs are lethal. Go get your metal checks on some of this stuff. I'm hearing we're having some death of some lambs. Sheep. Very suddenly, and a high barium being found in their bodies. That's something that don't just normally fall in. You find in the grass. That's something that has to be deployed. Look at the boom, the percussion ring you see around the outside of this. I'm backing up. A big bomb went off here. Really big one. That's where it finally said, ta-da, boom, and it gave the last of its whatever's left. Because that's a big, big deployment. And it left a ring. A ring and a ring. Very light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots. And gone. As the new batch comes over. Ready to do it again. Ready to poison your skies. Poison in your lungs. This is an absolute shame. What a shame. So, Perf, you're getting it today. Here, I'm going to roll this for you. Losing my voice. And if you find my work valuable, you can support my work through kind words. Or you can use paypal.me/Robert Deutsch or contact me. Man, my aspiration is love to have more equipment. You know, everybody does. There are things I want to test too. My God. Cooper Petey again? Again? Sedona again? At least I'm not seeing anything where I'm telling anybody to get the fuck out. That's a good thing. Okay, if you're along this line here, you might experience some flash floods within 36 hours. Should run toward the lake. Yeah, there's going to be some flash flooding with this. There's no doubt about it. But at least coming straight ashore for the next 24 hours. Whew. Let's breathe. You got a little bit of a break here, East Coast. Enjoy it. Don't think about what's coming. Think about the day that you have today. And enjoy it. Enjoy your sunshine while you have it. Because here it comes. It's just another geostorm. Oh, who's to blame? You are. Because you let it go on. You have not taken the measures to make this stop. Can't never did anything. And excuses are a dime a dozen. Then here it comes. The smackdown for Queensland. Right on time. Right on time. For our geoengineering investors to reap the dividends of your bad endings. Well, I don't see a bad ending for us. But when this comes off the shore, it has to spin. Wait till this meets it. And she'll full steam ahead. In New Zealand, you get the same pattern. One after the other, fill the streams, flood the town, let it soak. Who's next? Pinpoint chem, flood them out. Pinpoint chem, flood them out. Do it again, pinpoint chem, do it again. Pinpoint chem, do it again. Pinpoint the chem, and do it again. They gotta stop doing it again. Amen. Big love.